Alrighty, hello, hello, hello. Alright, we're up to video 4. Let's take a look here. So this is probably going to be the more useful video of the batch of this early garbage. After this, I think I'm just going to play for a bit, and we'll do an update after that. So you can see here I am in lovely, downtown Undercity. We've got Auctioneer Nax Remus here. I don't know, what's the good Nax Remus? I thought that was a place. Oh well, what do you know? Alright, so let's talk a bit about my plan and what you guys can also do to follow through. So I've just emptied out all my stuff. You can also see I'm going to need to buy bags because I haven't looted any bags yet and I'm running out of bag space very quickly. So I'm actually going to invest in some low quality bags there. Now, so we've got this linen cloth, which is, pretty easy come by. And if I search linen cloth on my server here, we sort by price per unit, we can see linen cloth is cheap as chips. Eight whatever those things are called. 8 smackaroos. And you use 2 linen cloth, obviously, to make a bolt of cloth. And even then, though, a bolt of cloth is like, what do we got? 7 gold? Like that's not too bad for linen cloth, but I mean, it's not going to sell very much. So I could throw these on for like 20 silver each, but I'm actually going to keep a hold of them and make some stuff, because if we have a look at, like, I think it's called Strange Dust. Yeah, okay, so Strange Dust, a single Strange Dust is worth like 50 gold, and this is on the weekend, so, that's much better, and we can use that. If we open up our tailoring, eventually we will get to, so we can use the tailoring, we can use the cloth to make white shirts, which we know we've already sold one of them for $100. 100 smackers, right? So we can make these early level shirts, and this is a very common way to make money early on with tailoring, is just making the shirts, because people still like them, especially when you get like the green ones, the orange ones that actually stand out, those sorts of things. And then eventually we will get to this. Oh man, this is like way out of our league. We're not in Legion, we're not in Draenor. We are looking like vanilla level tailoring patterns. We will eventually get to... Oh, this isn't sorted by level at all. That's terrible. I'm sorry. We will get to the robes. Once you get brown robes... There you go. Brown... White linen robe and brown linen robe. These are green items, which you can disenchant. And as you can see, it takes 3... So every 6 linen cloth, once you reach that level, can be disenchanted for some... pretty substantial stuff. So it says here the disenchant value is 11 gold. So, like that, each 3 of these linen cloth is worth potentially 11 gold to us, possibly more, minus whatever it costs to get coarse thread, which is 10 copper and whatnot. So that's our first part of the plan. Part of the plan 1 is get a bit of scratch. Now, I'm just going to walk you through this, because this is, I think, the important part. So we're not going to be doing these kinds of low-level grindy things all the way to 1,000,000 gold, or to pay for a token, or whatever your goal may be as a low-level gold maker. Your goal, you're not going to be doing that. We're just trying to get to a reasonable level, and by reasonable level we're thinking maybe 1,000. Can't move the thing, that's annoying. Maybe like 1,000 gold or so, and then once we get 600 to 1,000, somewhere in that realm of money, we can then start looking at flipping more current goods. Now, I haven't shown anything about this just yet, because I'm very much aware that there's a new patch that's, if not out very soon, like this week, it's not that far off, and that new patch brings with it some crafting things. So right now, if we search for herbs, the herbs that are, the anchorweed, for instance, that is the current thing, the prices on this are plummeting pretty quickly, because they're in the patch. the flasks that these are made out of don't need as many for them, and also their drop rate's gone up. So knowing what's going to happen with the goods that you're selling is really important, because it could be very tempting right now. Oh, we've got, we get to 1,000, we make some sales, we get 100 gold, we'll buy this, we'll sell it for a little bit more, buy it on the... So normally you buy on the weekend, sell in the midweek, and you'll make a bit of profit that way. And if you go onto the Undermine Journal, or any of the other WoW sort of auction websites, I like the Undermine Journal just because I can remember its name. You'll see that there's this fluctuation throughout the week. You buy on Sunday when it's cheap, Saturday and Sunday it's super cheap because there's more players, and then on Tuesday everything's worth like twice as much. Now, if we were to buy that now, we'd be in a bit of trouble, because at this point in time, next week the patch could have dropped and we'll have had, it won't be worth the 110 gold that we paid for it. It'll only be worth, say, 50. So this is basically how we're going to be making our money, is looking at what is there, what is being used, and selling that. You have to also take into consideration, yeah, look, you can see here they're selling this for a silver, which is very different. Unless that's all from the same guy. Maybe that is a if this were any other time, I would probably snatch that up and try to resell that. That can't be right. Like, that's too cheap. That's just too cheap. He must have meant more than that. A gold at least. Oh, it's a bid. That's why. It's not a buyout. Never mind. Ignore me. Here I am getting excited that I've found a snipe, but it's not a snipe. It's just someone who doesn't know how the auction house works properly. So, that's another thing, is never put it as without a buyout. You always want to buy out. That's crazy. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, so our goal is going to be to go into the textiles industry a bit, and we're probably going to trade. Well, that is way too expensive. We are probably going to trade in, the current contents, cloths. Oh, I got people throwing stuff around me. Which is going to be Tide something, and we're also going to do some the one before it, the one that the bags are made out of. So if we sell the ones that the bags are made out of, which is imbued silk, whatever it is, Sindori silk. Oh my gosh, someone is farming the crap out of the Wrath of the Lich King, because there's just all this frostweave business. Shaldori silk, okay? So we're going to start flipping in Shaldori silk, buying it when it's cheap, and selling it when it is expensive. You can see that's 2 gold at the moment. I'm going to quickly pull up, I know you can't see this, I'm going to quickly pull up the Undermine Journal for the silk. Super quick. Oh wow, what great TV this is of me ignoring what you can and can't see. Where's tailoring? There we go. Alright, so Shaldori silk on the Undermine Journal. So you've got deep spray satin, tide spray linen, and then Shaldori silk, right? So Shaldori silk is fluctuating between 1 gold all the way up to 4 gold. It was 4 gold on Thursday, it's 3 gold on Wednesday, and it's 4 gold on Monday, and it's like 1 gold on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. So if we come back here, we can have a look. It's at about 2 gold, which that's not too terrible, but if I could get it a bit cheaper than that, that's probably what I would want to do. And let's have a look here. So there might be some that's a little bit cheaper further up. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. 250, 175 to 235. So this is when you want to be buying this stuff. And then we flip that. And bags, there you go, 190. That's a good deal, that there. So if I had 194 gold right now, I would buy that out and then repost it later in the week. There you go, 188, 197. Well, I'll do that now while I'm here. There you go. So I feel like I am actually contributing a little bit. Yeah, so you just got to look for these bargains. Shaldori. I can't even spell it, so if I do Shaldor silk, maybe it'll come up. silk. Anyway, so that's enough of me like buggerizing around here. But I think you get the idea. Like, you want to get yourself the Shal'Dorei silk, or find something that is useful. That's maybe from the last content, something that's still useful, and something that can be bought for a reasonable price, reasonably cheap. And we can see there, I'll buy that one out too. Yeah, cool. So, and then we'll hold on to that. So we've got both of those for like one gold and 90 or whatever. And we will resell them we'll post them on maybe Monday night. We will put them all up for 3 or 4 gold. We'll just see what the price is. As long as it's more than 2 gold, we've made a bit of money, right? That's how it is. And as you make money, the further you go, I'm just going to chuck this in my bank here. I'm also keeping these Halloween things to sell at a time when it is not Halloween. That's another little trick, is pick up all these little Halloween things while you're there, and do that. So yeah, that's basically the plan, and that's how most people make their money. It's not actually made through grinding and farming. It's made from flipping stuff that other people have ground and farmed. And if you're at a low level, right, like you can do that from level 1. There's nothing that you can't buy on the auction house that you can't also hold on to at level 1. So once you get that little bit of starter cash, you're good to go. That's the plan anyway. And you make 100 here, 100 there, and then eventually you're making 1,000 here, 1,000 there, just through doing it through volume. The real trick is making sure you have diversified markets, which is something, when we're up to that stage, when I've got that 1,000 gold, that's what we'll talk more about, is how to make sure that you're covering all your grounds. In the meantime, I'm just going to keep leveling up, and I'll throw stuff up on the auction house. In the next video, we might talk a bit about daily routines. We might do an update of where I've been. But basically, between now and then, I'm just going to do a whole bunch of playing, leveling up, and maybe when I get to dungeons, do some dungeons, and then just throwing everything on the auction house. There's nothing that's going to be different until the next video. So thanks for watching. Thanks for the encouragement. I'm sorry this video is longer, but I'm sort of explaining the plan. So I think this is useful, and I apologize if I've been ranting a bit, but yeah, just keep that in mind. I'm going to stop talking. See you later. Thanks for watching. Bye.